Stone remembers, and within that memory stands the figure of the eternal Mother. She does not move, yet the fields bow before her. She does not speak, yet the wind carries her silence as law. Her body, carved in gray stone with cracks, is not ruin, but testimony of seasons that have passed and will pass again. The earth bends to her presence. The golden fields of wheat breathe under her unseen hand. Every stalk carries her weight. Every root whispers her name into the darkness of the soil. The rivers slow as if to listen. The forests lean as if to remember. And the mountains hold their stillness in reverence. She is not thunder. She is not flame. She is patience eternal, the quiet rotation of the world, the circle that no power can break. When all voices die, the seed still waits. When all empires fall, the harvest still comes, and in that rhythm lies her dominion. Her face is calm, yet sorrow lingers, for she knows the grief of loss, the hunger of barren lands, the silence of withered roots. Yet even sorrow does not break her. It deepens her, as cracks deepen the stone without destroying it. Her gaze is heavy with compassion, not fleeting, but carved into eternity. She stands where twilight meets dawn, her silence holding both promise and ending. The fields do not rise without her, and the stars themselves seem to dim, waiting for her unseen breath. She is the stillness before growth, the pause before bloom, the shadow that makes life possible. No crown rests upon her head, no weapon upon her hand, for her dominion needs no mark. The earth itself is her crown. The harvest itself is her voice. The silence of soil, the breaking of seed, the rising of stock. These are her hymns, and the world listens even when it does not understand. She is sorrow and abundance together. For to give, she must take. To bloom, one must die. And so she holds both grief and plenty in her timeless form, never swaying, never falling, never changing. She is the measure of life's fragility and the certainty of its return. Stone does not tremble with time. So too, she does not fade with years. Ages fold, kingdoms vanish, but her silence remains, greater than the roar of kings. For when their banners fall into dust, her wheat still rises from the earth, her roots still claim the soil, her memory still feeds the living. She is not seen in fire, but in the curve of a field, not heard in thunder, but in the whisper of wind through leaves, not worshipped with shouts, but with the humble bow of those who eat, the unspoken gratitude of breath, the quiet prayer of survival. The cavern of the underworld remembers her grief. The heavens remember her gift. The soil remembers her touch. Every season is her cycle. Every dawn is her promise. Every winter is her silence. And every spring is her return. She does not command, for command is too small a word. She simply is, and in her being, all life unfolds, all death finds meaning. Her stillness weighs more than any war. Her silence speaks louder than any song. Her presence bends the world without lifting a single hand. Stone remembers, but she remembers deeper. She remembers the first seed, the first rain, the first root that broke through darkness into light, and she will remember the last, when all else is gone, when stars fade and rivers dry. Still she will remain, silent, enduring, unbroken. The cycle bows to her, and so too must the world. She is patience, she is grief, she is plenty, she is silence, and within that silence lies eternity. Her eyes are carved not to watch, but to hold. They hold the sorrow of famine and the joy of abundance. They hold the fleeting cry of mortals and the endless hum of the earth. They hold the shadow of death and the breath of return. No throne can contain her. No temple can bind her. Her temple is the soil, her throne the turning of seasons. Her priests are not men, but roots and rivers. Her hymns are not sung, but grown. Still she stands, a statue of endurance, a goddess of silence, a mother of both grief and hope. The wheat rises because she wills it. The fields rest because she withdraws. Life itself breathes in rhythm with her stillness. And so the world remembers. Stone remembers. Soil remembers. Silence remembers. Her name, unspoken, is etched across every horizon. Her gaze, eternal, remains even when eyes turn away. She does not demand. She does not plead. She simply is, the eternal mother, carved in stone, the unbroken presence within all things. And as the seasons continue their endless circle, her silence continues to weigh heavier than all voices. The earth still bows, the stars still wait, and mortals still live and die beneath her shadow. Unseen, unshaken, unforgotten, she endures. The earth does not hurry. The seed does not rush. The rain does not arrive at command. And in this patience lies the echo of her form. She is not the harvest itself, but the space in which harvest becomes possible. She is not the fruit, but the silence before the fruit breaks into sweetness. Her stillness is not absence. It is presence without noise, endurance without demand. The stones that crumble around fallen temples know her weight. The rivers that carve valleys through mountains know her rhythm. The roots that sleep beneath the cold soil dream only in her shadow. Her sorrow is not loud. It is heavy. It drifts like mist over empty fields, presses like silence upon an abandoned village, lingers like dusk after the sun is gone. Yet within that sorrow is a promise, for even in emptiness she holds the seed of return. Her cracks do not weaken her form, they open her to eternity. Time moves, but she remains, not unchanged, but unbroken. Each season that folds away adds another layer to her stillness. Each life that rises and falls adds another line to her silence. She is not less for their passing, she is more. Mortals pray for abundance. They plead for rain, for warmth, for food to feed their children. Yet she does not bend to their pleas. Her silence is not cruelty. It is law. The soil does not give because of voices. It gives because it must, because her presence holds it steady. She is the mother who gives without asking, but also the mother who withholds without warning. For what is birth without death? What is growth without decay? What is the harvest without the winter that waits beyond it? In her gaze, the opposites are not divided, they are one. Loss and gain, death and life, emptiness and abundance, all threads of the same cloth, woven through the cracks of her stone body. The stars shine for a moment, but she outlasts them. The mountains rise for an age, but she endures longer still. Her silence is not bound to measure or count. It is bound only to itself, as infinite as the circle that carries seed to soil, soil to stalk, stalk to grain, grain to dust, and dust again to seed. She does not look upward for meaning. She looks only forward, eyes unshaken, holding eternity in their quiet depth. The heavens may burn, the seas may roar, the winds may scatter the earth, but her stillness does not move. When famine comes, it comes under her gaze. When abundance flows, it flows under her gaze. She is not altered by either, for she is not the famine, nor the plenty. She is the ground upon which both are carved. She is the silence that makes both possible. In the temples, mortals raise their offerings, but her presence does not depend on them. The soil needs no temple. The seed needs no hymn. The cycle needs no crown. And yet, without her, the temple is empty. The hymn is hollow. The crown is dust. She does not walk the fields, but the fields bow to her anyway. She does not touch the rivers, but the rivers carry her reflection in their silence. She does not enter the caverns, but even the underworld breathes her sorrow. Her presence is everywhere because it does not move. Her silence is heard everywhere because it does not change. The cracks upon her stone are not endings, they are beginnings. They are the veins of eternity. Through them, the light of dawn and the shadow of dusk pass together. Through them, the memory of the first seed and the promise of the last are joined. Through them, her sorrow is made holy, and her endurance divine. No storm can scatter her, no fire can consume her, no winter can bury her, for she is not the field, she is the earth beneath the field. She is not the stalk, she is the silence that allows the stalk to rise. She is not the harvest, she is the unbroken rhythm that will bring harvest again. Stone remembers, but her silence remembers deeper still. It remembers the first breath of the world. It will remember the last. And in that remembrance lies her dominion. She does not need to command, for even silence obeys her. She does not need to rule, for even eternity bends around her. She endures, unmoving, unbroken, unforgotten.